Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard the Kiai 100. Um, I'm not sure how I should title this video because there is so much to talk about. A little bit of a spoiler: there are three battles. The first one you see, as well as the other two, are on New Guinea, and we are always facing American slash British teams. Um, Now about the Kia 200, the Kia 100. It feels and looks like a lot like a Kia 61, and in fact, it does have the same armament with the same ammunition loader as the Kia 61 2, which sits at battle rating 5.0, which I do not really like. But the Kia 100 is like the Kia 61, the Kia 62, just in very good. But it sits at battle rating 3.0, and I absolutely cannot understand the difference in battle rating. In fact, if you would exchange the battle ratings of those two planes, it would be better. This plane is just gorgeous to fly. Um, for what I expected it to be, a bit of a hard time when being stuck. No, this is the very first battle that I play, and this plane is completely stuck. And yet the climb rate and the maneuverability is very good. Here we have a little bit of a lockup at 630. The I never managed to rip the wings in all those three games, and I just, so to speak, show the highlights. Now here I'm sitting on the tail of a F6 F3 and kill him. I was chasing this F6F and a P47 who chased two of our bombers. Now, that was a little bit of a surprise throughout all the three battles that we had quite a lot of bombers for Japanese standards. So, this was the first kill. And I'm diving on the Spitfire, and he's one of the last players alive. I think he is the last player alive on the enemy team. And I know exactly that he wants to go back to his airfield, so I cut into his way. Again, a really harsh dive. 660, 600, and nearly 680. And nice clip there. I pull up, and, well, he didn't make it. This is just insane. This performance is through the roof. Now, previously to the Kiai 61, I unlocked it with the Kiai 69, and I thought this plane, no, the Kiai 96. Sorry about that. And I thought this plane was ridiculous, and in fact, it is pure ridiculousness. But for what it is, this plane is just awesome. Is it overpowered? Well, let's have a look at the other two matches after that. Now, first, for 2 kills, I got nearly 30,000 silver lions and nearly 3,000 RP for a 15% research bonus points booster. I was just third in team with 1,266 score points. Yeah, bit of a lag in my brain. And here I just go through the upgrades. First of all, I need the belts, and then also a little bit of performance. And I have to actually purchase the two modules to get access to the tier 3 upgrades for where I choose the engine, and then go for wings repair. Yeah, so next battle. Again, New Guinea. This time a night battle. I put out the HUD for a little bit of cinematic footage. I think we should get more night battles. Really, I think they're awesome. Also, the spotting mechanic, is a little bit different, so it brings a bit of more diversity to the gameplay, I think. The one thing that you spot, however, are bombers. Look at this beast. The Halifax, at this distance, it looked big. So, and I choose a head-on and strafe the belly of him, setting the fuel tank on fire, and also kill one of his gunners. And I choose not to follow him, just get out of gun range and let him burn. You hear the plinging noise all the time, and I get the messages that his fuel tank is on fire, you know. Ah, what a nice sound to hear in War Thunder. And I did not expect him to survive it, but in fact, he put out the fire. So then I'm overwatching this P-39, but I see that another P-39 is incoming, and I fake a head-on, of which I just roll out of the way, and he does not get guns on me. Or he at least doesn't hit me. And yeah, this is the second battle that I played after all. After the third battle, I will show you the statistics for this plane for the first 3 battles. And this plane, together with a lot of other Japanese planes, they raise a problem. Now, I mentioned the Kiai 61-2, which I do not like, and there is the kill on the Halifax. The Kiai 61-2 actually is not that easy to fly. The flight model is not that, nice, so to speak. Even fully upgraded, I really don't like it. And at a battle rating 5.0, it has not an easy time, at least for me. Now, other people might like it, I don't. Now, as well, I have to say, when you are in an American plane, like this P-51, and or a P-47, F-6F, you know, battle rating 3.0 and 4.0, what can you do? Look at the energy retention of this plane. And also the firepower is really good, you know, cannons that work. I actually used the omnipurpose belt, I guess. And then I see the Spitfire coming in. I try to roll out of the way. And in fact, he doesn't follow me. He booms through. Smart pilot using boom and zoom tactics in a turn fighter is always something nice. And I nearly got killed there by another Spitfire. I roll a bit around. And the rolling is a bit... it wobbles a little bit. I see another plane above me. It's that Spitfire. And I, shamelessly pull up, get some nice hits into him, and roll over again. He takes out the A7M2. What a shame. And I retract the flaps and then zoom after him. And this is the performance, I'm not fully upgraded. And he really can't escape in time, Yes, now he zooms through. He had a little bit more energy in the bank, but he chooses to roll over. And if not for this other Kiai 43, that would have been my kill. Now, what I wanted to say is, when you are in those P-47s, F-3S, and even some Spitfires or P-39s, and you face this kind of plane over and over again, you really have a hard time, especially on New Guinea, where you have to start from the airfield. This map is a little bit biased towards the Japanese, I guess. How much bias there is up to you and your judgment. And that was another nice kill. Shot the pilot through the belly, and that being my third kill. You don't get any better. You can't get into head-ons because you don't have the firepower. You have a really narrow area where you actually can outrun them, but you also can't outturn them. And if you make a little mistake in a boom and zoom attack, you have a really hard time, to actually win the game or make kills. and there the Spitfire Mark 9 gets a good hit into me, and from this moment on, the plane behaves like I expected it to behave when being stuck. And I have difficulties pulling up and so on. The lightness, the nimbleness, so to speak, is gone. Now, yeah, I have wing damage, but it performs like it I expected it to perform according to the performance of the Kiai 61-2. And for me, those two planes are familiar in terms of armament and looks, but they aren't. Again, this plane is way superior. If you fly it now, because I'm sure the battle rating will get increased because the performance is really good. I've flown it in 3 battles, as I say, and I never had the feeling of being underpowered or having the feeling that I have a stock syndrome. That's basically the message. This plane doesn't have really a stock syndrome like other planes. Now, let's talk a little bit about the armament. It consists of two 12.7mm HO 103 MGs in the wings with 500 rounds and two 20mm HO 5 cannons above the engine with 500 rounds as well. And that's a lot of ammunition. If you think about all the Focke Wolves in the German tech tree, they also have as basic armament, with the exception of the first one, two 20mm with 500 rounds, and that's considered to be a lot of firepower. Now, let's take a look at the post-battle results screen. For 3 kills and 2 assists, I got nearly 60k silver lines and 4,100 research points, and I also was first in team. So, again, those are the upgrades. I mean, look at this, how fast I get through it, right? And I'm going for all the performance upgrades, as I really feel that going close is the best option for those Japanese planes. So, this is the 3rd battle, and I climbed a lot, and then nothing was up. There were just clouds, and I just thought to myself, well, let's get a bit reckless and let's dive in. And look at the speed. Now, granted, those are all upgrades, performance-wise, but yeah, at battle rating 3.0, diving with over 750 kilometers an hour without even redlining, and having, not a big lock-up, so to speak, having perfect controllability over the plane, and that's just insane. I actually cut the throttle, then I make an attack on this P-39, roll over again, and actually crit him with an unexpected side strafe, so to speak, and that makes it all the more easier to just clip his wing. So I turn around and look for new targets. Now again, I can't understand the big performance gap and some of the battle ratings in the game. Now, Gaijin has always followed a politic, so to speak, of implementing new stuff and giving it often a lower battle rating with increasing it after time or adjusting the performance. But this is such a big difference, right? And I think this is also a sign of, or the way to compression, and there has always been a lot of criticism and so on and so on, and I actually don't know why this stuff doesn't get tested, because I'd say this plane performs too good for its battle rating. It's just simply so easy to fly. Again, you know, I might not be the best pilot, but if I manage to do it like I never feel pressured or something like that. And here I fake a head on with a XP55, turn around, try to follow him, but he has a lot of energy in the bank. Yeah, and at this point, I'm actually out of words. Maybe one addition. The climb rate seems to be good, and also the heat management seems to be pretty easy with manual engine control. That was a nice boom and zoom attack by the F6F out of the clouds, um, catching this zero with its pants down. Yeah, I'm not sure what to say. Um, at the end of the day, you are the judge, right? And I'm just the one playing the game and showing you my results. And I made 2 kills, and I was not really, careful with the ammunition. And I have still like 300 rounds of cannons left. Now I could be more cautious with the ammunition, but in this plane I actually don't care. You need to fly Japanese planes a little bit aggressive to get a piece of the cake. That's the allied team, so to speak. And there I just go reckless into a head-on against this F6F. I fake a turnaround. He actually hits me a little bit, but no real damage. He tries to turn around, and yeah, I'm sitting on his tail, and I'm wasting a little bit of machine guns. I hoped him to scare a little bit so that he does sharp turns, but it was not to be. And then there is this XP55. I was not sure what to do. The XP55 had a lot of firepower equal to me. There I clip him a little bit, make his engine smoke, which then leads me into a head-on against the F6F, and this time I'm willing to take it. Remember what I said about the firepower? I have it. He really, yeah. I did not die in the first thing, and there I missed actually the chance to go into a head-on, and I was not aware of my engine being destroyed, and it's just now that I see. Well, that's it for me, I guess, and that's a bit of that's a bit of irony, so to speak, that my first death, now I can spoil it to you, it's inevitable, occurs when I'm fully spaded upgrade wise, and yeah, into the ground I go, and then I miscalculated a little bit, and that was, I would have been dead anyway. And that's the H8K2, which torpedoed the last cargo ship and therefore secured the victory. And I think it's time to have another look at the post-battle results screen in a moment. There we go. So, for 3 destroyed aircraft, 1 ground unit, and 3 critical hits, I got nearly 50k silver lines and nearly 4,000 research points. And with that performance, I was just 4th in the team, with 2,661 score points. And that secured me the last upgrades. Remember, those are 3 games where I really did nothing too special. And it was average gameplay, so to speak, when you're in a Japanese team. Yeah, and there we go for the service record. And I just searched a little bit where it is. Now, again, there you can see 3 battles, 1 death, 8 kills. I think that's enough said. Yeah, granted it's low tier, but still, you saw how relatively easy it was. I think it's the combination of the map, the enemy team, the battle rating, and the overall performance that makes it so effortless to perform well in Japanese planes. And it's also the confidence. Anyways, uh, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Give this video a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this entire topic of Japanese teams, flight model performances, and everything that comes into your mind. See you next time on the battlefield.